you like a glowy look that highlights your radiant skin? Or do you like to keep things matte and simple, no shine detected? In this video, I will be showing you some of my tips and tricks to achieve both kinds of looks. Starting with the dewy look, I start with brows and I don't want them to be too defined, so I just used brow mascara. Then, I spray my face with facial mist. This acts as a primer and it also adds some glow to the skin. I start my face makeup with applying concealer. I'll be using the same concealer for both the dewy and matte looks. I apply it on problem areas as well as on my under eyes and lids. I like using this concealer with a medium coverage because it is easy to blend and it can multitask as a spot concealer, as an under eye concealer, and even as an eye primer. So as you can see, the concealer provided just enough coverage and it got rid of redness on my skin without being too thick or cakey looking. Next, I apply a dewy cushion foundation. I apply a thin layer all over my face because I don't need a lot of coverage from the cushion anymore. I just apply this to achieve that dewy, glowy look for our base makeup. In case you're interested, I also have a review of all my Missha cushions on my blog, which I will link on the description box. And this is what the foundation and concealer look like after blending. Now that is a dewy base. I still want to set my concealer and foundation even if I'm going for a dewy look. This is to prevent creasing and remove unnecessary shine. I'm using a loose setting powder which is not mattifying and does not have coverage. And I'm only applying on targeted areas, only on those areas where my makeup usually creases. Now, our face is nice and set. And we're adding back the glow on different areas of our face using an illuminating powder. This is basically a highlighting powder with a very soft sheen. It's not glittery at all, and it just adds this beautiful subtle glow without making the face look glittery. It makes you look like you're glowing from within. I really like the natural looking glow that this illuminating powder gives to my skin. For contouring and bronzing my face, I start with a matte mid-tone contouring powder. Then I apply a slightly warmer, glowy bronzer. I am bronzing my cheeks, my jawline, my forehead and hairline, and my nose as well. I am also applying the same contour powder and bronzer on my eyelids as a transition shade. For blush, of course we're using a glowy blush. I am using this beautiful peachy blush with shimmer. On normal days, I just apply this on my cheeks and I don't need to apply a highlighter anymore. But since this is a glowy look, we'll still apply one later. But you can see that this blush added both color and glow to my skin. Then, I apply the same blush all over my lid as a base for my eyeshadows. We'll be doing a very simple eye look because we just want to emphasize our glowy complexion. We already have our transition shade and our base, so I am just applying a matte warm brown shade on the crease and blending towards the outer corner of the lids. Then, I am applying a light shimmery peach shade on the center of the lid. Then I take a lighter shimmery shade and apply it on the inner part or inner corners of the lid. Then I blend the eyeshadows together so there are no harsh lines. So before I finish my eye look, I went ahead and applied highlighter. I'm using a highlighter which has no glitter in it because I want to achieve that wet looking highlight that will make people ask, does she have highlight on or are her cheeks naturally glowy? So here's the complete face makeup. What do you guys think? Doesn't this look emphasize your natural, healthy looking skin? Going back to the eyes, I am curling my lashes. Then I apply my mascara. I am using the same mascara for both the Dewy and Matte looks. And I'm also applying the same brown liner on my tight line. I'm just slightly extending the line outwards, but I'm not creating any wing whatsoever. Alright, our eye look is done. For the lips, I am first using a lip pencil and I'm applying it all over my lip. I am going for a warm toned look, so I used a peachy colored lip liner. Then I'm topping it off with a peach lip gloss. I like this lip gloss because it's not too sticky and I love that I can wear it on its own. Then to finish this very beautiful dewy look, I am spraying my face with a facial mist. And we're done with the dewy and glowy look. Moving on to the matte look, I am also starting with my brows but now I'm using an eyebrow pencil to make them more defined. Then I prime my face with some facial mist. I still do this step even if this is a matte look because my dry skin definitely needs that hydration boost. After concealing my blemishes and my under eye area, I apply a matte cushion foundation. I will leave a link on the description box of my review of this cushion in case you're interested. This cushion provides good coverage while having a matte finish. Even if this is a matte cushion foundation, it does not leave the face looking completely flat. It still lets some glow to peek through. For powder, I'm using one with some coverage to set my under eye area and the center of my face. I also used a shade that is slightly lighter than my skin tone to highlight or bring out the center of my face. Then I used another powder, which is more warm-toned for the rest of my face. This will bring back some warmth and provide some coverage as well. It may look too powdery at first, but after some time, these powders melt into the skin and do not stay completely matte. So I suggest if you have oily skin, use a powder with a matte finish. But because I can't help it and I have dry skin, I'll still use some illuminating powder to bring back just a tiny bit of glow to my skin. If you have oily skin, you can totally skip this step. But since I have very dry skin, I know I have to do this. And that is how I achieve my matte but not flat looking base. For contour, I start with a matte mid-tone contour powder, then apply another matte but more warm-toned bronzer on top. And here is our contoured and bronzed face. I also applied the contour and bronzing powders as transition shades for my eyeshadow look. For blush, I'm using a matte peachy orange blush to bring color to my cheeks. I personally like matte blushes more than shimmery ones because I can control the amount of glow or shimmer I want on my face. Compared to the dewy look, we could definitely see a lot less glow or shine on our face, but this matte makeup would surely last longer even without smudging or budging. Onto the eyes, I'm first applying a neutral brown shade on the crease area. I am not applying a lot since we will be blending the eyeshadows afterwards. By the way, I'll be using this all matte eyeshadow palette for my eye look. Then I am applying a peach eyeshadow on the inner and outer corners, blending a little bit onto the crease. This peach eyeshadow goes well with the warm makeup look we are going for. Then I am taking a chocolate brown shade and applying it in a smaller area than the peach shade we used before. This seems like too much work, but applying these eyeshadows one by one and then blending them on top of one another will give you that nice diffused color on your crease. For the lid, I am taking the lightest shade in the palette and applying it on the center of the lid. Even if we're not using any shimmery shades, we can still make our eyelids pop with this light shade. Then we blend until there are no more harsh lines. Again, blending is key for any eyeshadow look. Don't worry about blending the colors away because it's easier to add more than to remove excess. The last shade we'll use from the palette is a dark brown shade that we'll use as a liner. I'm applying it close to the lash line and dragging it outwards just a little bit. I like using eyeshadows as eyeliners because they are easier to control and I don't mess up easily. And here is our finished eye look with mascara and eyeliner on the tight line. For the lips, I'll start with a matte peachy nude shade and apply it all over my lips. This matte lipstick is creamy and it glides on so smoothly on the lips. It also doesn't settle on the lines and dry patches on the lips. Then, I blot some of the excess and proceed with applying a darker terracotta shade on the inner part of the lips to create that gradient effect. This lipstick is more matte than the first one and it has a powdery matte finish. It is less moisturizing, but it does not dry the lips out. It also feels very light on the lips. And this is my finished matte makeup look. So, after seeing the two looks, are you a dewy and glowy kind of girl? Or do you want your makeup to be matte but not flat? Take your pick. For me, I personally prefer the dewy look. But whatever it is you prefer, always remember to do what makes your heart happy. Thanks for watching this video. See you in my next one. Bye!